man shall live, what man shall die? It may be that in the sight of heaven you are more worthless and less fit to live than millions like this poor man's child.
But Spirit,
The words are yours alone. You are responsible for their meaning. Do you know this place?
I do not recognize it, but I do recognize my nephew Fred. Oh, this must be his house, and this must be his wife.
Another splendid evening.
Oh, well, we do our best, don't we, my dear?
Oh, when your Uncle Scrooge be joining us?
Oh, my Uncle Scrooge here. Obviously, you don't know my Uncle Scrooge.
Well, she must be the only one. He's legendary. Rich as Midas and not a generous bone in his body.
I don't think I like that man very much.
He said that Christmas was a humbug. As I live, he believed it too.
What a shame for him, Fred.
Well, he's a comical old fellow, and not so pleasant as he might be. But he's his own worst enemy, so I'll have nothing to say against him.
I'm sure he's awful to his clerk, and so you always tell me so.
Good old Bob Cratchit. He's positively frightful to the man.
I think I paid that man rather handsomely.
The poor man is on a pittance, I'm sure.
And with all your uncle's love,
Oh, well, it's no use to him. He don't do any good with it.
well, I have no patience with him.
I have. I feel sorry for him. Who suffers for his ill whims? Himself, always. Here he takes it into his head to dislike us and won't come and dine with us. And what's the consequence? He loses out on a glorious Christmas meal.
Oh, that he does. Marvelous. Any more of that pudding?
I think you've had enough.
We must be on our way, little man.
What say you all to a game?
Spirit,
Great.
Spirit, do you think we might be able to stay for just one game?
As you wish.
I have it. Animal, vegetable, or mineral. I shall think of a thing, and you all must figure out what. Now, I can only answer yes or no questions, mind.
Let me go first before anybody gets my question.
All right.
Is it animal, vegetable, or mineral?
It's not a yes or no answer.
Oh, come, Fred, don't be such a stickler.
All right. Am I animal, vegetable, or mineral? Oh, definitely an animal.
Is it a savage animal?
Oh, yes. Fearsomely unpleasant.
A fearsomely unpleasant animal. What do you think? What could it be?
A cat.
A cat.
Well, I think they're unpleasant.
Does it talk?
It sometimes talks. It sometimes grunts.
Is it a parrot?
Since when did a parrot grunt?
A pig?
No, no. It growls too, you know.
It's a bear. I know it. I bet my shirt on it.
Does it live in London?
It does indeed.
Ah.
I have no idea whatsoever.
It's a fearsomely unpleasant creature that sometimes talks and sometimes grunts. It growls and it lives in London. Whatever could it be?
Does it live in a zoo?
No, it doesn't live in a zoo.
Oh, wait, I have it! I have it!
Please tell us. Give us out of our misery. What is it?
I know what it is,
Yes.
Fred.
What is it?
A fearsome growling animal that lives in London.
Mm-hmm.
It's Uncle Scrooge!
It
I don't find that the least bit funny.
Strangely accurate, though.
We've had enough merriment from the old fellow for one evening, I'm sure. And it would be ungrateful not to drink his health. Though he railed at Christmas for eternity, I shall never stop trying to wish him the joy of the season. Uncle Scrooge.
Uncle Scrooge.
A Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to the old fellow, wherever he may be.
Thank you. To your health, too. Thank you. Spirit, you grow weary. Oh, rest a while.
I fade. My age is almost done.
Are spirits' lives so short?
My time upon this globe is brief. It ends tonight.
Oh, but Spirit, you bring joy and goodness wherever you tread. How could you leave this world?
I am but a brief reminder. What man chooses to do with these shadows is his own decision. There are places where my light will never be allowed in. The door is barred and bolted against it by ignorance. Look, see now. The cruelty of this city and the world is huge. Listen, you can hear the hunger, the need, the hopelessness.
Have they no refuge, no resources?
Are there no prisons? Are there no workhouses?
You mock me, Spirit. What do you expect of me?
I expect nothing.
Spirit, speak comfort to me. Guide me.
Your heart should be your guide, Ebenezer Scrooge. Remember that. First and foremost.
Oh, Spirit, your light is dimming. Don't leave me here in this darkness, Spirit. Oh, what am I to do? Oh, what am I to do? Surrounded now by shadows, plagued by mighty beings, does it take a spectre to expect a man repent his sin? Reality and reason, what is gone before? Should I block them from my mind or open up a brand new door? Lord knows who is watching with that grand eternal plan. Watching, wanting, hoping as a guardian only can. Trusting I will ask that question, who the devil is that man? Who the devil is that man? Am I that man? Never seen the wretchedness he wrought on sorry souls like these. I that man whose heart was stone could end his life a broken man and all alone. Am I that heartless, solitary man? Why that man? Filled with regret about the times he could have changed the world, and yet what is a man who watches dying the suffering of his fellow humankind? Am I that devil who would call himself a man? Oh, Spirit, how could I have been so blind? How could I change now? Where would I start? Spirits of my nightmare, spirits come and go. How can I be certain in the truth in all they show? Change is always frightening, more than ghosts or ghouls. Other men take heed of dreams, but other men are fools. Oh, what is this that starts this fever growing in my head? What have I been shown this night that melts this heart of lead? Why should I rush in where all the angels fear to tread? Why should I? Why should I? Am I that man with reckless ease who'd break the mold and change the world in times like these? Am I that man? This much is true. This dream is but a fantasy I'll not pursue. I'll stay exactly perfect as I am. But then a man who doesn't change will find he's really nothing in the end. Am I that man who can't be free? Shackled to this life I made for all eternity. Tell me true, am I that man I see? Please tell me how to find out now the kind of man I am. yet to come? And are you here to show me the shadows of things that have not happened but will happen in the time before us? Is that so, Spirit? Oh, ghost of Christmas future, I fear you more than any spirit I have yet seen. But, Spirit, I must tell you this, as fearful as I am of you, I am an old man, and I am too old to change. I cannot. Will you not speak to me, Spirit? Oh, Spirit, I know your purpose is to do me good, so lead on. Lead on.
Devilish day to be out in there, gentlemen.
Wretched weather.
What's the news, gentlemen?
Of course, I've heard nothing but.
How did it happen?
Oh, I don't know much about it either way. I just know he's dead.
What has this to do with me, Spirit? Who is this man they're talking about?
When did he die?
Last night, I believe, yes.
What was the matter with him?
God knows.
I thought he'd never die.
What has he done with all of his money?
All I know is he hasn't left it to me. How it's stuffed in his coffin, I shouldn't wonder.
I know these men, Spirit. Who is this man that no one has a kind word to say about him on his death?
Anyone going to his funeral?
Will there be food?
Doubt it. Since when did the old man ever do anything to benefit his fellow man, huh?
Well, I must be fed, or I go nowhere.
Well, I may show my face, if for no other reason than to give my new black gloves an outing.
Whose funeral is it they speak of, Spirit? There's no grief, no care. Well, the man must have been a monster. Why do you show these things to me, Spirit? What?
Filthy night!
Ah, well, all this bother will be worth it if it gets us a few bob for Christmas. About time the old miser gave us our due.
Well, it's a shame he had to go belly up before we benefited by him.
It ain't a shame and you know it. That bloke was a right madden.
I know these women, Spirit. This is Mrs. Dilber and Mrs. Filch. They are in my employ. What brings them to a place like this?
Well met, ladies, and in such weather.
Oh, get a move on, Joe. We ain't got all night.
There's always time for niceties, Mrs. Dilber. There's always a place for gentility.
And there's always a place for the Toby boot. Now let's get this done.
Have it your way.
We will.
So, what you got for old Joe then, eh? Pretty trinkets, my lovelies? Bit of lace? Any silver? What about a spot of gin? Warm your bones this cold winter's night.
You won't wheedle your way around us that way, Joe. We know the going price.
Oh, I know you do, Mrs. Dilber. That I do. You'll make your fortune one of these days. You got an eye for the fancy stuff, top notch, I'll be betting.
Only the best, Joe.
Well, I ain't gonna know what I'm willing to pay until I see the goods.
Oh, we got a fine call from the old skinflint. Sitting on a pot of gold he was. 'Cause that's all he got.
Speaking of the dead, Mrs. Filch, shame on you. Shame on you.
I ain't saying nothing I didn't say when he was alive. Not a soul had a good word to say back then. What's the difference now?
And him all alone in the world. What a wicked, wicked thing to say.
Oh, he pushed everyone away from him. There'll be no love lost, gasping his last, without one to care whether he lived or died.
I ain't gonna weep now. I wept enough when the old screw was alive. He got what was coming to him.
Ladies, ladies, let us have some decorum. We are gathered here together for the passing of a bloke, what has given us the greatest gift around. We're all sent to make a killing.
I owed him half a shilling.
He won't need it when he's 6 feet underground.
Now the bard wrote to the letter, and I couldn't put it better. Neither borrower nor lender ever be. But I know when all is panned out, we might need a little hand out. And that hand out's just been handed out to me.
Poor old fella, come to the door.
Now the depths and miser's born in darkness of his clothes. Just desserts, just desserts. We let the skin fit where it really hurts. Now he's dead, he's found a rival. Now the devil's got a rival. Anyway, it's fair to say it's just desserts.
All right, Mrs. Phelps, let's see what you got.
Alright. I got a couple of chefs, 2 silver teaspoons.
Nice, very nice indeed. A bit of an hole in this one, but nothing that stitch or two couldn't hide.
There's a couple of nice boots in there.
Pears.
Of course they're pears. What's he gonna do with one? Oh!
Don't suppose he'll be hopping anywhere anytime soon. Or walking for that matter.
Not the way we left it. He wouldn't have a stitch to wear. I've said it 4,000 times. If I have said it once, I'm a gentle soul who wouldn't hurt and lie. Though they say I'm soft and tender, I would gladly go and spend a night in hell to watch that weasel really fry.
There's a saying for the knowing. We all reap what we are sowing. There are better souls than his to try and save. So I couldn't give a tums that the bloke's got his comeuppance. We can have a good old knees up on his grave.
They'll be dancing throughout the town.
Now the undertaker's gone and nailed the Lord to down. Just desserts, just desserts. We let the skin get where it really hurts. Toodaloo and bon voyage, there'll be no more arctic marching, no more debts. See what he gets, it's just desserts.
All right, Mrs. Dilbert, let's get to yours.
Well, he never made me rich when he was alive. Let's see if the old goat can make amends now that he kicked the bucket.
Yeah, we'll see, we'll see.
Yeah, grab hold of this.
Oh, Mrs. Dilbert, you've done it again. Woman after me own heart.
Dead kittens.
You don't mean to say you took 'em down, rings and all, with him lying there?
Well, I do. Them's the best money can buy.
Well, I'm sure they are, Mrs. Dilbert, I'm sure they are. Excepting you didn't buy 'em. There'll be a bit of discount there.
Well, I got his blankets too.
We must have left him naked as the day he was born.
Here.
Why, you don't waste a minute, do you? Still warm.
The only bit of warmth he ever gave us. I'm a very wholesome, honest girl, as pure as driven snow. Though in me time I've done me share of snatching. But I knew where he was heading when I stripped him of his bedding.
Hope he didn't die of anything that's catching.